Hi, I'm Wesley.
And I'm Jamie, and today we're going to give you our thoughts on the show Channel Zero, Candle Cove. Kind of review and
A reaction to it since it's over now.
Sadly.
We'll tell you if we liked it. I wonder if we liked it.
Guess you'll have to stay tuned to find out.
If you like our videos, you can give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe down below, and maybe we can do some other reviews for you in the future on TV shows or movies.
So let's get to it.
Alright, so Channel Zero, what is it? It's a TV show. It's an anthology that they're playing on Syfy, and I guess it's like a horror, like, would you say sci-fi?
It's like a science fiction-y horror type show. It's not like too scary, but it's like a thriller based on a creepypasta. I don't know if you guys even know what creepypastas are. They're kind of just like little short stories, kind of like urban legend-y type. The way it was written was kind of like correspondence, like emails or something. And it was generally about a TV show that all of these people remember when they were children, and it was called Candle Cove.
So as far as we know, all of the Channel Zero shows from now on are going to be based on creepypastas. I think this was the most popular creepypasta that there was.
I think it's one of the most shared ones.
Yeah.
Well, one of the executive producers is Max Landis. I don't know if you guys know. I'm pretty sure it's his dad. One of my favorite movies when I was younger was American Werewolf in London. So that director from that, his son is the executive producer on this show. And it kind of gave me a little, maybe I should watch it. You know, sometimes sci-fi shows, the budget, the quality, the acting is just... Syfy is trying to rebrand themselves, kind of be more serious, like more on par with like AMC shows like Walking Dead.
Yeah, when she told me about this show, she was like, have you watched Candle Cove? And I was like, no, never even heard of it. And she's like, it's a sci-fi show. And I was like, alright, not gonna watch it. And she's like, no, it's really good. You should really watch it. And then she told me what it was about, and I looked it up, and I watched like the trailer for it. And I saw the Tooth Man, and I'm glad I did, because it was really good.
And it's really easy to get into. Each episode is not, dragged out, and it's 6 episodes. It's like a perfect binge type show.
So the show is about this pirate kids show that I guess came out in the 80s, and all the kids in this town watched it or whatever, remembered it.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy. And then some kids started getting murdered in the town around that time that the show came out. And the guy, Mike Painter, the main guy, his twin brother, Eddie, wound up disappearing during that time. So he goes back to the town like 30 years later after he's had kind of like a nervous breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
And
gets sucked back into the Candle Cove themes, and it kind of have to find out, does the show have anything to do with the disappearances, and you just gotta watch.
Is the show even real? Is he imagining it? Like, you don't know, because his mental state is a little weird. So we're gonna go into like
our thoughts. So if you haven't seen it and we piqued your interest, now is the time to just come revisit this video, maybe later after you've watched it. Maybe, you can help us figure things out, because some things that we're just kind of like...
Yeah, we have some questions.
Spoiler alert!
Oh, God. So Mike Painter is staying with his mother, and so he's coming back to the town. I don't know what was the reason for him coming back to the town.
Very first episode, he has that weird, dream or vision or something where he's like on that live show, and the caller is saying, come back to the town. Obviously, he has signs, he needs to go home, figure it out. He's like a child psychologist, so when he goes into the town, into the police station, to try to get the old records from when the kids were murdered, like back in the 80s or whatever. And the cop guy is like a childhood friend, and his wife, Jessica, was like best friends with
Mike Painter or whatever when they were little. So he goes to eat with all of his, I guess, people he knew when he was a child.
And eventually, obviously, Mike gets up, goes to the bathroom, and sees Jessica and the police guy, the friend's kid, watching it. And as soon as he sees it, the TV turns off. That's when he kind of sees that obviously the show is back, and he obviously starts investigating.
He's like on the hunt to figure out what's going on with this TV show. And while he's doing that, people are suspecting him of things because he seems to be in the right place at the right time when all of these things are happening. And you do start to wonder if maybe it is him. Like, is he causing like all this weird stuff? Because the little girl disappears. He finds her. He knows where to find her. So, are big things that happen in the show when they take Mike to the special house in the middle of nowhere.
It was like so stupid. Like, okay, so say he wasn't guilty and he had a literally a logical explanation for all this. You are now guilty of
kidnapping him, basically.
Taking him off, tying him up. I thought the husband of Jessica's husband was way smarter than that. Even if you, okay, so say he did say, yeah, I freaking murdered these kids or whatever when I was younger or whatever.
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
Okay, well, now, I don't even know if you're even legally allowed to arrest him because he probably could have admitted to it under duress or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Because the bitch was tied up. I don't even know what they thought they would accomplish doing that. I thought it was the stupidest part.
Yeah. And then you start to see this scary tooth monster. He's literally made head to toe out of little teeth, and he makes gross, crackly teeth noises when he moves. Every time he was around, you heard the...
I wonder if anybody's going to try to go as that for Halloween next year.
Probably.
Like a tooth thing. Or like Ben was saying, like, oh, I should go as the pirate guy or whatever, the skeleton thing.
You're like, what's up with this tooth monster? And
what is it?
What
and
is
why? It? Why are you exist?
Why he was made of teeth.
Why were you made of teeth?
But it wasn't explained. You'd think there'd be like a reason why he was made of teeth and why he ate teeth.
Well, I think the whole reason that he had to be made of, well, he had to get the teeth is because I think that the teeth maybe of the children, and maybe that's how he can manifest himself here, but also maybe it was like whatever teeth he took of the children or whatever and stuff, maybe it like helped him control that child specifically or something.
That's a good point.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe taking parts of the children helped him to be able to control.
Yeah, it's like,
because he fed, like he would eat the teeth, like the Miss Booth would put the teeth out on that nasty stuff and he would come eat it.
It's like shaking cat food outside, trying to get a cat hole.
Shake the teeth bottle.
This was another big thing that happened.
So you find out that Mike killed his brother, his twin brother Eddie, who had disappeared. Well, first when I saw it, I was like, oh god, like Mike is killing everyone. He killed all the people.
I don't know. The show very much had like a It vibe, you know, like this happened, like, or Stranger Things, like it's in the 80s. This thing bonded these kids together, a supernatural thing that happened, and now they have to revisit it again. I thought,
even though you grow up and you're an adult, you're still like the same kid that you were.
This one was way more similar to it because it literally was a supernatural thing that happened, and then it brings them,
and then it comes back,
you know, and it's them later in life having to deal with it and banish the evil when they're older now.
They find this is another question. This is a question I have. So when he kills his brother, he buries him in the woods, and then he goes back to look in the woods to find his brother's body, and it's not there. But then they wind up finding his brother's body in like a warehouse.
Yeah, he was following like a kid or something. Yeah. Like it was his brother, wasn't it?
He was following his brother. He found his brother's like skeletal remains, but it was like they were committing like a seance or like something. But they never explained the ritual or who moved the body. I'm assuming it was Miss Booth.
What was the point? I mean, obviously they want to leave you, obviously, like we are, thinking about it. I mean, the tooth monster thing, okay, like, yeah, sure, like, don't explain that and stuff. But that part with the body, I still am like, okay, what was the point of that?
Yeah, what was the point of that?
Maybe it was meant to make Mike feel guilty and have to come clean about what happened to the brother, so some people would turn on him maybe. The mom kind of turned on him a little bit, that he had to admit that he killed the brother. That's when they take him out. But they
felt bad for him at first.
Well, yeah, that's because they didn't know he killed him. And that's when he admitted to the mom that I killed my brother. And I think maybe that's why the ghost of Eddie or whatever led Mike to the body. So it would kind of put Mike in this position to come clean about stuff. And it maybe eventually happens at the end where Eddie tries to switch bodies with him. It's kind of like put Mike in this vulnerable position where he feels like he has nothing left. Like, people think he murdered these people.
He does kind of get to that point where he feels like he has no choice because his daughter's taken. The only way for him to get her back is to go to where Mike is, to where Eddie is.
Mike, Eddie.
Eddie.
They look the same.
Okay, and when Jessica died,
they were straight gonna go and kill the police lady, Amy. You know, it shows her driving to go investigate something, and you just see the kids, like, trailing off after her car, and I was like, if they kill that police lady, I'm gonna be mad. And plus, I think that Eddie had a grudge against Jessica because he was kind of jealous.
Well, he was trying to kill Jessica.
Well, yeah, obviously, and that's
when Mike wound up killing him.
He felt like Jessica was taking Mike away from him, and that was kind of like his only, like, support system. The mom was a single mom working, and, you know, now Mike is spending more time with this girl, and that's probably why. But then obviously when Mike goes back to the town, the daughter obviously ends up being possessed, I guess, by the brother, Eddie. And he's like, well, what can I do? How do I fix this? And he said there's only one thing he can do, which obviously he misled him. Because as soon as Jessica was murdered by those little kids, the daughter went back to normal.
At first I was like, okay, they're going to stab her, which is pretty wild to see, like, a bunch of kids stabbing a woman to death.
Straight children of the corn.
Yeah. Like, I was like, okay, they're going to stab her and she's going to survive. But no, they stabbed her so many times, like, there's no way.
Do you think, like, her and Mike would have went off together?
Yes, they would have.
What? Even though they both had other people. Like,
but her husband was obviously, you know, crazy to realize.
I think he was just jealous, like a jealous husband. That's what, I don't even know what was going on with Mike and his wife. I didn't like her.
I like her.
So who's to say, like, that him and Jessica would have got together?
That wife had no love for him left. You could tell she was over it. So the end of the show,
Mike sacrifices himself so Eddie cannot get into his body.
Mike's mother, Marla, has to make the decision to kill her own child. Yeah, and when he got to Eddie's world, it was scary in there.
It was scary in there.
It was so scary.
It was like skin.
And then there was the other thing that looked like it was like wearing like latex or leather, and it was like banging against the wall. You find out that both Mike and Eddie get stuck in that world. And then at the very end, the little girl's drawing and Candle Cove comes on the TV. But we're assuming Eddie's trying to call her back into the world, and Mike is able, because he's also in the world, to come in and turn off the TV and shut that correspondence down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. So, what we thought of the show?
I think that for a sci-fi show, 10 out of 10.
Not relying on special effects or really well-known great actors. Because that guy cop that Amy got with, he was not a good actor. He was not. Some of the cop, like the cop that got killed too, he was also not a good actor. The one where, like, he follows Mike to the diner or whatever, and Mike's like, stay here, and then he
Why would you do that, though? Like,
yeah, let me go follow these creepy kids.
You know that Jessica got killed by kids. You could they already knew that kids killed Jessica. Also, why would you just leave a witness to something to just go off? Like, that cop obviously was not trained properly. I mean, why would you go off and she said, I don't care who you are, kid, I've got a gun and I will shoot you. You just murdered someone, I'll shoot you in the leg.
I will kill a child.
I will kill a kid.
But yeah, so we really liked the show, and we're excited about the new one. And that one's called, what is it? End House?
No End House.
No End House.
Comes out next year.
Yeah,
so.
I was like, Jamie, when's the next season gonna be? She's like, I don't know if it even gets picked up. It got picked up immediately. So yeah, good show. Must watch it. It doesn't take that much time to watch 6 episodes of this show. turn off YouTube.
Go on demand. I'm pretty
Go
sure it's on demand.
Syfy on demand.
Shit.
Whatever you do to watch your shows and your movies, go do it now. And comment below and tell us what you think of the show. And if you can answer our questions. Was Eddie made of teeth? Why was Eddie's body surrounded by like candles and like a pentagram?
Why are the cops in that town dumb?
Yeah, why are the cops dumb? Would you kill a child if you had to?
I would have got my purse. It would take like one good swing.
Alright. So, that was our Candle Cove review. Please comment. Let us know what you thought of the show. Because we really liked it. And we want to keep talking about it for like months and months and months.
Every day, forever. Is that it?
Bye!